What up? All right, so are you booking the location or is the client handling the location? It's very important that y'all talk about that, and decisions need to be made. I'm CJ Williams, and this is the life of a video producer. All right, so I wanted to do something different this time. I'm right here. I'm in the van. This is the van I'm rolling to do my video production. It's a Ford Transit Connect. Little van, but I love driving this thing. I wish I could drive it more. But you know, we can't, whatever. I drive it when I have jobs. But so I just left the shoot, like literally like 20 minutes ago, and it was I enjoyed it. It's easy, like interview, 3 camera, which is fine. I love shooting interviews, long form content, stuff where I ain't got to move. I just set my tripod up, camera up, make sure I got the right angles, make sure lighting is good, sound good, boom, just hit record and we rolling. Editing is nothing because we got AI now. So we was at shooting this interview, a couple ladies. They were supposed to be there for an hour, shooting an hour-long interview, which is fine. And we were at a co-working space. So I'm sure by now everybody knows what co-working spaces. They got a bunch of different rooms, conference rooms, whatever. Rooms of different sizes. People come in there and do what they got to do. They pay monthly to be there, to have access to the space, or they pay and have their own little room or whatever. So we, I let the client chose this location because she's a member there. She pays monthly to have access to the rooms and the spaces or whatever. So she chose the location. She chose the time. Okay, good. I get there. One thing I like doing is I like having enough time to set up. So I always get there early, and I like when the client is there early as well. So that was the case. She was there early, and I was able to get in there and get set up. So cool. But right as I'm finishing my setup and we about to hit record, we get interrupted by somebody who says they have the space at a certain time. Like, whoa. So now, like, whoa. So what was supposed to be an hour, we got like 30 minutes. So obviously they're rushing through whatever they're trying to get through. And then at the end, it's like I feel like I'm being rushed to break down all my equipment. Stuff that took 30 minutes to set up, now I gotta try to, and I don't rush. I'm not rushing nothing. I'm not rushing. None of this is my fault. But I say all this to say that if the client is gonna choose the location, you probably wanna add some type of location addendum or something to your contract, a separate, I don't know. Put something in your contract that says, hey, if you choose this location, you're responsible for whatever happens here. That says, hey, if there are any interruptions for some reason we can't do something, electricity, internet, whatever they're needing for their job, and if it's not there at the location, that's on them. Or if they need to check the calendars and times to make sure they have that space at that time. They need to make sure there's going to be no distractions. They need to know if they're near an airport and planes are going to be flying over. That's on them. If they choose a location, they're accepting everything that comes with that location. That needs to be in your contract. Because if not, they're gonna try. Clients may try. Now this one, she said something like, "Hey, I didn't get all my time. We're gonna make up my time." I kind of ignored it because I wanted to be like, this ain't my fault. Like, none of this is my doing. You chose this location. This is on you to check the calendar, check the schedule to make sure this is all right. So no, am I gonna be making up anything? No, I'm not. It's not my fault. So just make sure, because this was unfortunate. Like, I hate that this happened because I got my money already, so I'm not worried. Like, I get my money up front before I show up to shoot. I get my money in full before I show up, before I leave my house. So that's just that, man. If the client's gonna choose a location, make sure they understand and have something for them to sign that says, hey, they're accepting full responsibility for anything that happens at that location. And then depending on the size of the shoot, how many people are gonna be there, the location itself, you might want to require insurance. Especially if it's an event or if a certain amount of people gonna be there. Require insurance and make them pay for that. That's added. Charge them extra for insurance, but actually get the insurance though. Make sure you get the insurance because don't charge for something and not have it, and then then that's all kind of other problems that you'll be worried about. But get the insurance. Insurance is y'all gotta look that up. Some people have insurance on themselves, but then it's like insurance at the location wherever you're gonna be shooting at. Like somebody trip on a cord and they break their neck or something, everybody gonna be looking at you. But you need protection, and it's just like that. Or what if you plug into an outlet and they short out your equipment? Like insurance. So yeah, that's that. Just a little something y'all might want to look into. All right, so be sure to subscribe to the channel. Always try to keep it real with y'all and give y'all the real. This really happened. What was supposed to be an hour-long shoot turned into 30 minutes. They were rushing. So now when they get that footage, what's gonna happen? They're gonna get that footage. She gonna want all these extra edits and all this stuff because they were rushed. This ain't my fault. Like and this editing ain't even gonna be hard. Like I'm gonna plug in the AI. Then a minute, this thing gonna be fully edited. It's gonna take longer for me to move all the footage over than it is to actually edit. So don't worry about that. But that's that, man. Just make sure your contracts and stuff are in place. What I may do is put an example of an addendum in the description, a link to it, so you can go download that absolutely free. I'll get one. I'll show you what I use, and check on it, look at it, and just make it yours. Customize it to fit what it is you do and your brand, and then yeah, you'll have it. But be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm CJ Williams, and this is the life of a video producer.